You know, before coming on live tonight, I really should have tuned up and everything, but I just simply turned on the camera and I'm just now picking up my guitar for the first time today. And I feel so weak. Not complaining though. I'm glad I'm able to pick up a guitar and be therapeutically ministered to. Oh my. Let me see here. Okay. If anybody's, I got my phone turned around today. Normally I got it facing me so I could see who comes on. But every now and then I'm just going to have to get up and go around the back of the phone to see. I got a higher recognition, higher pixels looking at the camera on this side. And everything comes out as it should. When I face the camera facing me, like I'm talking on it, I can see you all that's coming up, but it shows me backwards. It makes the guitar look like it's headed this way, and that I'm picking with this hand and fingering it with this hand. It's weird. I don't know, but somebody called it to my attention the other night. They asked me about what did they have to do to send me a tip through Cash App, and when I aimed the phone at my Cash App address, it looked like it came out backwards. So I thought, oh no, if that ever happens again, I'm going to have the camera facing me this way. Anyway, I don't mind getting up every now and then and going around the back of the phone to see. I've got this other phone here, and I was hoping that I could see myself live on it while I'm live with that one. So I don't know how that works. I don't know how to pick myself up live on this other phone. I really don't. I click home there and see. No, it just doesn't come up like that. So, oh well. Oh wait, let me just click live up there and see. No, it don't even show me live on that. Oh well. Oh well. Let me get some music going here. Guys, that's the aim of it all. If nobody else enjoys it, I enjoy playing music. I really enjoy playing music. Okay. Let me see. I need to get the volume and everything else. Let's see. Oh, it's after 2 o'clock in the morning. I didn't know. I just got out the tub a while ago, and I didn't get up till about 10 o'clock tonight. My hours are switched around. I didn't know it was that late. Okay, downloads. Okay, oh, you know, here's a song that, oh my, I have not played this song in a while. Boy, it's a good one. Now my...
This episode of NVL Travel Documentary. We step closer. Not...
Okay. Put my phone right down there so I can go from song to song. Let me get tuned up real quick. Well, I'm thankful for these little tuners. They used to be big. The tuners used to be really big. And as much as $500, now you can get them for $6 there or so on Temu. Okay. Now, let me double check it by ear. Okay, sounds about right. Well, I haven't heard this. Now, let me get all my volume set. Okay.
Sax player Kenny G.
done already.
Grammy-nominated singer Michael Bolton.
This will be the first time that I know of that I played a song over again. This is the first time. But that fan that's blowing at me, it's robbing me from being able to hear when I'm supposed to play. So let me go cut that fan off. And I'm sure that background fan is being picked up by the speaker of the phone. Let me make sure it's, oh yeah, okay. All right. Let me play that. I like that song. Let me make sure I'm still tuned up. I haven't played it in a while, but something just didn't sound right while I was playing it. I think that fan's, oh, it's tuned. Kenny G.
Sax player Kenny G.
And Mr. Bolton. makes a difference not having that fan blow in my ear. You know, I met people in life that really don't like music. I have ran across people in life that don't want nothing to do. They're adverse to it. They can't stand it. They don't like any kind of music. I was playing out on a jet tile out over the water. It's like a road. They call them jet tiles that they build out over water. It's not a bridge. It's like only 4 foot above the waves and everything, but you can drive out there and fish and stuff. And I was playing out in my van. And then one lady leaving, she was a black lady, and she hollered out, "Man, thanks a lot for the free entertainment. I really enjoyed it." And probably an hour went by, and another man drove up and parked behind me. And he came up and on the side, and he lived about maybe a half a mile down the road. Now, of course, I do play loud when I'm out in public. I've had one guy tell me one time in New Orleans, "Man, I was blocks away, but I heard you, and I've been following the music to see where it was coming from." But anyway, this man told me, he said, I should be able to sit on my front porch in quietness and not have to deal with listening to any music. And I said, "Sir, I'm so sorry I offended you. I'll leave. Not that I have to. I don't have to leave. I've got as much right to be here as anybody else. But I'll go ahead and leave." I said, "All them people down there, they're enjoying it. But if it's offending you, I'll leave." Same thing happened one time back at the depot where the trains pass through. There's gazebos back there. I went back there to play, and one man way down the street come. "Oh, I was sitting on my front porch, and what are you doing here?" I said, "I went to the police department first, and I got permission to come here to plug into their electricity and everything. And, well, can you turn it down?" And so these were two people that didn't like it. And moments later, people up the street, a block or so away from that guy, come over there, and him and his wife danced under the gazebo while I played, and they gave me a $10 bill. So you see, you got people in life that no matter what you play for them, they're not going to like music. There are people in this life that don't like music. That's not their culture in life. They don't care about any kind of music. And those are the kind of people, whenever I meet anybody that doesn't like any kind of music, those are people I really don't want nothing to do with, because I feel like they've got something really wrong with them. Really wrong. They don't have to like the kind of music I like, but if you don't like no music whatsoever, there's something wrong there. There's really something wrong. Now, you know what? I like saxophone music, and boy, that's a good song for sax music. I wish I could see the comments y'all are making online there, but every now and then I'm just going to have to get up and go and look at the phone screen. Okay, and I like Stevie Wonder, and I know I've been playing him night after night. I see a Russian song. Somebody wanted a Russian song called Brainstorm. The group, I think, is either Brainstorm, or that's the name of the song. It's by Nazar, Z-A-R-E. I hope to play that in a moment. But anyway, let me play a few more of our music. Here's one by, let's see. There's another one that somebody wanted days ago, and I really liked it. Oh, "Prisoner of the Highway." Somebody requested this song. I had never heard it before, but boy, did I like it afterwards. And here comes a mosquito. I'm not complaining, but sometimes in the middle of a song, a mosquito land on your face, and you got to stop your picking to do that. It messes up the song somewhat. My most problem has been with fruit flies. Okay, here we go. "Prisoner of the Highway," Ronnie Milsap. Boy, did I like this song, and it's got almost 758,000 views. Oh, come on. What's the deal? I want to play. so glad somebody requested that song. There's a lot of songs still out there that I have never run across that I'm sure I would like. You know, I don't know why I can't pick up myself on this other phone so I could see what y'all are typing to me. That way I wouldn't have to get up and go around and see. Let's see. No, I hit the wrong thing there. Let me just see one more time. YouTube. Okay. I don't see me like y'all see me. And if I click on live, it just shows the past broadcast. I don't know. I don't even know how to pick up my own self live on another phone. I don't know. Maybe it don't allow you to do that, or I just don't know how. Well, let me just click home. No, it don't show me live on here. Even after, no, it don't. I don't know how to do it. You know what? I'll have to Google that later. How can you see yourself on another phone? I'll have to Google that later. Okay. Okay.
Strumming my pain with his fingers.
You know, I like that song.
Singing my life with his words. Killing me softly with his song. Killing me softly with his song. Telling my whole life with his words. Killing me softly with his song.
Gets the static out. join it? Oh, it started that fast. I didn't get to press the button. I'll check this first. Here's another one by him. changing on me. One more by Stevie Wonder here.
Oh, misty eye of the mountain below.
I'm starting to feel better.
Keep careful watch of my brother's souls. And should the sky be filled with fire and smoke, keep watching over Jordan's snow.
I tell you, everywhere I go and I pull on the side of the road and I start playing in my van with the windows down, the police show up and that's the one song they want to hear. It's Tennessee Whiskey. And some of them stand right there while I play. Boy, especially up in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. I'll tell you, I believe somebody right now would call Hattiesburg, Mississippi. And I used to have a name painted on the back of my van. It was 2 words, and if they was to say those 2 words, that bunch. In fact, I went up there, and I played at a real fancy motel complex. And one of the guards that came up, he said, "I knew it was you." He said, "I'm a police officer of Hattiesburg, but he said I also do this security work for this big motel complex." He said, "As soon as I heard you playing," he said, "I knew it was you." Boy, they really like that song, Tennessee Whiskey. Okay, Worry Dream Blues. There's one other guy that sings this song called Cal David, but it's a different song, but it pertains to the same subject. They fell asleep, they started dreaming that their woman left them, and it was a nightmare to them. It's kind of funny in a way, but anyway, this is the one song I play a little rhythm to as well as some lead. G minor. Well, I feel so bad, Johnny. Heartache by Cal David. I just made a mistake. I realized that's one of the worst things I could have did in front of the camera was scratch my nose like that and say my nose is itching. Some people will say, "Oh, he must be on cocaine." Look, people's mind is so much in the gutter. You can't, I was cutting the grass. I just want to give you an example of that. Years ago, many years ago, when I was more into the ministry and people saw me out in public, I always wore black shiny shoes, khaki starched iron pants, and a white shirt. And when I cut the grass outside, I had a long sleeve white shirt on. This is the truth. Starched khaki pants, and I had a shiny pair of black shoes, and I weighed 137 pounds, and a lot of people would call me father. They thought I was a priest. And my neighbor come to the fence one day, and if he's listening, he don't live far from me here. He might be listening to this, and if you are, you remember this probably. I hope you do. You came to the fence one day, and you said, Joey, even though my name's Joseph, everybody growing up used to call me Joey. Joey Kingston. Joey, I notice you're cutting grass out here all the time with long sleeves on, you know, and right away I unzipped them and I pulled them up. I said, "You're not gonna find no needle marks on any of this. By the grace of God only, I don't have no needle marks. I don't shoot dope or anything like that." But you see how people's mind. I mean, there I was established in the ministry and everything. And people thought because I had a neighbor, some people judge you by what they are doing. And they might wear long sleeves all the time because they're trying to show up needle marks. And just now, when I scratched my nose, it dawned on me, oh, people's going to say, oh, look, his nose is itching. He must be on something. He closes his eyes when he plays. No, the only reason I close my eyes, I even do this in public. My sister's gotten on to me about it. Boy, this bug, fruit fly. My sister said, you need to open your eyes when you play because somebody could just run up and grab your money pot and all that. And so I've got my money pot strapped down to that basket, the steel basket, push cart like you shop in Walmart. And I've got two stainless steel pots, one on top of the other, and they're bolted. And that thing is strapped with a bunch of these things like this to the grocery cart, because the grocery cart carries my. It would take them a while. They'd get me out of my trance probably if they come up there and got to moving and trying to cut through all these, because I probably put about 10 of them on my money basket. But anyway, and it's I'm glad God allowed that to be quick and tell me, because I bet you with watching me close my eyes when I play, it's not that the reason why I close my eyes is because actually when I play music, whether you believe it or not, I go into a trance. I absolutely go into a trance. I know what some of you are going to say, oh, that sounds demonic. I don't care what kind of spin you put on it. I just know that I enjoy music. And when I go into that trance, I'm in another world. I'm not even in this world anymore when I'm playing music and I close my eyes. I almost wish I didn't have to open them just to go to the next song. That's the only time I kind of snap out of it. But soon as I put that music on, you see them eyes closed, it's like I'm not even in this world anymore. And so that's why when I do play in public, everything's tied down, everything. And my foot might be right on that thing that's got my PA system next to me, to where if anybody comes up there and tries to run off with it, it's all strapped in. They'd have to, I'd snap out of it, I believe, before they could just take off with my, and plus I'm plugged into the amplifier that's sitting down in that steel push cart. So anyway, I could see in one kind of way where it might be a little dangerous closing your eyes while you're out there in public playing. But that's where faith comes in, just by faith. I like to trust God, and God's given me that grace and faith to believe that He's just going to watch over me when I'm out there playing. And it don't bother me whether people like it or dislike it, because I learned a long time ago, not everybody likes music, and even some that do, they don't like the kind of music you play. That's why I try to play a little bit of everything. music of foreign languages and everything. But once again, uh, AC/DC, punk music, and heavy metal music. Now, those are the three types of music I'll probably try to stay away from. Because it's got bathroom wall language in a lot of it, but also I'd need and I can buy one. I could put in an order, and within about 3 days, I'd have me a delay pedal and all that, and a fuzz pedal. But when I was young, I was into that real loud, with the fuzz box and all that, just hitting the cards and all that, and it just, I'm just not into that anymore. Um, I'm just not into it. When you're young, you're going to want to play a certain type of music. I never dreamed of playing a country song when I was young. But as I got older, I like country music now. So anyway, and I wouldn't talk too much, and I can't even tell you now what the next song's going to be, because even though I see this in front of me, sometimes it don't play what's in front of me. Let me check the screen. I'm like 2 feet away right now from the phone, and instead of having it facing me from the phone side where you talk, I realized somebody called it to my attention the other night. They wanted my Cash App address. And I pointed the phone, I turned it over there to the refrigerator where I got the Cash App address on there. Because this is not a monetized channel and I don't ask for money. But if somebody asks me, look, we want to send you a tip, well, then I show it to them. And they got back with me and said, it's backwards. And it dawned on me, even my guitar, when I'm looking in my own screen, it looks like my guitar is aimed this way and I'm playing like this instead of like this. So this time I turned my phone around and I aimed it at me, but the only trouble with that is I can't see how people are conversing with me on the screen. So every now and then I'll just get up and go around and look at the screen and see if anybody's asking any questions or whatever. Let me see. Okay, here's one. Nitrous God, mango or mustard. Uh, Dava Sweet. Let's see now. I don't want to mess the phone up here. Let me. I don't know how many. Daniel, thank you. Thank y'all all for tuning in. Sweet Evelyn. Flo said hi. Roy, you beast. That's what it says. And let me see. Holy. Oh, well, they didn't spell the word the way. Okay, and Papa Boss. And let's see. Somebody asked me what song you're playing. I don't know what song to tell you now because I played a bunch. But you see, I used to be able to look at the screen the whole time. And but this time I turned my phone around. I tried to use my other phone to see what people were saying, but I can't for some reason. I can't watch myself on my other phone playing live. So anyway, I'll get to playing again. Okay. All of you who are up this time in the morning, you're a night owl like me. Your hours are turned around. And chances are you do not work. You're retired like I am. And because if you wasn't retired, unless tomorrow's your day off, you wouldn't be up this late listening to music unless you and the wife got in a fight. And I'll tell you what, I'll just share this with you real quickly. One of the worst things you could do, this is more or less it's to both the man and the woman. But if your wife's getting ready to go to work the next day and it's a brand new job she's going to be starting, or if your husband's getting ready to go to work the next day and it's a brand new job they're starting, usually the night before you cannot get any sleep because you're worried, am I going to be able to perform all the tasks they throw at me? And you're wondering what's it going to be like? Am I going to make it through the day? Or are they going to like me? And I remember, now this was over 20 years ago, I was married. And I told the wife, this is funny, my sister laughs about it. I called her up. I was in was either in Alabama or Tennessee at the time. I said, you ain't gonna believe what the wife done me. This was the only time I took her up to Georgia for me to have a job interview. And they looked at my resume, they said, start tomorrow. And they called the foreman of the shop and said, look, I'm really impressed with this guy's resume. And it's a welding job. I'm a retired welder. And of course, when I seen what all they made and everything, I was just thinking, you know, I just hope I can do everything, because a welder, a good welder, is a fitter also. And I forgot what they were building in that shop. But when I left there, I looked at the wife and I said, look, whatever you do, because every time I get ready to start a new job, you start something with me. And then I don't even feel like going to the job the next day, because I figure if you're going to make me suffer, I'm going to make you suffer. We just won't have any money. I said, so whatever you do, don't start nothing with me before I go to this job tomorrow. Okay. So I watched the wife during that day, and I'm thinking, boy, she's behaving herself. I mean, really doing good here. And so we laying in bed at night, and I got my back to her, and she's laying on her back looking straight up at the ceiling. Okay, 12 o'clock, midnight, and I can't sleep, but I'm just laying there still, and I'm thinking about this new job I'm getting ready to go on. And I got a brand new car. She's got a brand new car. And so I've got two vehicles to pay for. And so anyway, I'm thinking about the job, so I can't sleep. And I guess she could tell that I wasn't sleeping, even though my back was turned to her. And I'm thinking while I'm laying there, boy, she's been really good. You know, maybe she ain't going to start anything. She knows I got this new job, and I've already warned her, whatever you do, because you do this all the time when I get ready to go on a new job, you start something with me, and then I get so aggravated after that, I don't even feel like going to the job. I just figure if you're going to do this to me and make me suffer and aggravate me before going to a new job, I just won't go, and we won't have no money. If you're going to make me suffer, I'll make you suffer, and we'll just do it out. I mean, I had to come to that. I mean, she provoked me to come to that. And I remember riding to work from Alabama to Jasper, Tennessee, when I worked for this one company. The guy I rode with, he was going through a divorce with his wife, and he told me his wife did him the same thing. And he had kids to support, and he would do the same thing. She would start something before him going to that job. It would put him in such a state of depression. He didn't care if he worked or they had money or not. So here I am laying down, and it gets to about 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm thinking, well, she passed the test. You know, I'm going to be getting up to leave here, and because I got about an hour or so to drive, and I'm going to get ready. And so all of a sudden now, I'm laying there because I couldn't sleep, and my back's to her. All of a sudden, like a jack in the box, she sits up, and she looks at me, and just very calmly starts scolding me. Just very calmly now, not hollering, not raising the voice, saying, you should have did this, you should have did that, this and that. I mean, talking very low, you know. And I mean, like a jack in the box. And then all of a sudden, her stiff body goes back down, and she just lays there. And I'm sitting there with my back to her, laying down, and I'm thinking, I cannot believe this. I'm getting ready to go to a new job. And I ask you, do not start nothing with me before I go to this new job. And you know what I did? I waited about a minute or so. And I said, I'm not going to that job. And all of a sudden, she sat up fast, saying, I knew it. And I thought, well, you ought to know it. I asked you not to start nothing with me. Oh, look, I've been single for 20 years or 21 years now. You don't know how much I choose the single life any day over marriage life. Oh, I am so, thank you, Jesus, for a single life. Thank you, Lord. Yeah, I don't date or anything like that. I'm a loner. I'm an introverted person. And I am so thankful to be single. You know, if you ever go through a bad marriage with somebody that's bipolar, that treats you nice one moment, that'll grab you out in public and holler and scream, I love this man, and 5 minutes later, without any provocation, growl at you like a lion. I mean, there are people out there like that. That's bipolar. And so, oh, look, the last 21 years, when I got that divorce, oh, yeah, I was brought to the cleaners now. Oh, yeah, I had to start life all over again. Oh, yes. And it was, I mean, I went from 23 acres and a brand new home, two brand new cars, a brand new motorcycle fully paid for, my mother. So I won't go into detail, but anyway. Oh, yeah, sometimes in life you lose everything, but you know what? Sometimes it's worth it just to start over and get away from somebody that made your life miserable. It just is. Life's too short to have somebody that's going to aggravate you. The sex ain't worth it. Oh no, to me, the sex ain't worth it. The sex ain't worth it. And being a Christian, all Christians, if you're going to be a true Christian, you can't have no sex outside of marriage. You can't. If you're going to be a true, faithful Christian, no marriage, no sex. But to me, oh, just to be single. And you know, most people that you talk to today that are married, they will all tell you, boy, if I had it to do over again, boy, how many times have I heard that? Oh, I love the wife, but boy, if I had it to do over again, I would never get married, they'll tell you. Never. And so it reminds me when I was offshore as a welder years ago. I don't know, some of you won't remember the old Amos and Andy show. It was complete black actors. And Andy came into the Kingfish's office one day, and Kingfish had heard that Andy was getting ready to get married. And he said, son, come on in. Welcome to the ranks of the living dead. And oh my, that was so funny. At the time I was single, but oh yeah, I tell you what, you get a bad marriage and oh, your life will be Gehenna on earth. Oh, you get in a bad marriage and oh my, your life will be miserable till you get away from that person. I believe it's good if you can have patience one with another and bear with one another and work your problems out. That's fine. I'm not against that. And there are some people that have good marriages and they wouldn't take nothing for it, and I don't blame them. But boy, if you ever get married to a bipolar woman or you as a lady get married to a bipolar man, oh my, you wish that you never walked down that aisle and said, I do. Oh, how you will wish that. So anyway, yeah, I thought of that just now. I don't know what triggered it now. It might have been something in this song. I don't remember what triggered it, but it was kind of funny. Yeah, she passed the test all that day. And about an hour before getting ready to go to work, in the middle of the night, she sat up like a jack in the box and looked at me and just calmly spoke, just like I'm doing right now, telling me this, I should have did this, I should have did that, I should have made this decision, I should have did that. And I'm laying there steaming. I'm thinking, oh well, if you're gonna make me suffer, you're gonna have to suffer with me. I just won't go on that job. And once again, uh, the guy I rode to work with on another job, he told me his wife did him the same thing, and he'd do the same thing, and he had 3 kids, him. Well, I'm glad this girl wasn't able to have kids I was with over 20 years ago, because that complicates things a whole lot more. But anyway, so my advice to you, if you're married, don't scold one another. Don't be bipolar. Don't make the other person's life miserable. You know, if you're not going to love them and be faithful to them, and if one of them wants to leave and they've made your life, basically, I'll say Gehenna on earth. Look, don't never run after somebody that don't want nothing to do with you. Because if you do, your life's going to be more miserable and you're going to be burnt even more. This next song fits in real good what I've been telling you. It's called Living is to Struggle. I don't know why my mind reflected back on that. You know, nothing happens by chance. I think there's somebody out there that's listening to this music tonight and you've been through a divorce, you've been brought to the cleaners, and you had to start life all over again, and that other person made your life so miserable, so miserable, and so you can relate to what I'm saying. You can. I feel sorry for the younger people who haven't learned the marriage situation yet. I always suggest if you don't have enough money to buy that woman a brand new car every 5 years and put her in a brand new home, if you're from paycheck to paycheck, you're one of the most foolish people that's walking this planet right now if you go get married. Because if you don't have money, that's going to be one of your first trials of that marriage. Women like to have security. They'll put security above love. Most women will, from 26 years old on upward. They'll put security before they will love. And if you don't have enough money to really support that person, your life's not going to be happy with them if you marry them, because they're not going to be happy with you. They want you to be able to take care of them, put them in a nice car. They don't want to have to worry about a mortgage that you might not be able to pay that month, or you losing your job. So, yeah, if you don't, and sometimes even when you got the money and you cover all the bases, even then the marriage don't work sometimes. But I'm just glad I've been single for over 20 years now. Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you, Jesus, for that. Okay, the name of that song was Heartache. And so now the next one, this guy, the name of the song is Living is to Struggle. That's the name of the song. Laser Lloyd from Israel. You don't think of Jerusalem having a blues player, but actually there's a blues player by the name of Laser Lloyd in Jerusalem, and he plays this song, Living is to Struggle. It's a good song. It's a song that tells the truth. He says, whether you're living in a penthouse or a shack, living is to struggle. Listen to the words of it. You know, some songs, and that's one of them. Instead of feathering off to a smooth end, some songs, I think that when they recorded them and put them on here, they just chop the end off, and they just stop all of a sudden. It don't sound right. But anyway, let me play this one. This one's called Fare Thee Well. Now, this one lasts a while. It's the Nick, Nickmoss band, Fare Thee Well. And the guy that you're here singing, he died in his 30s. He had an epileptic attack, they said. And listen to his voice. Talk about a blues vintage sound to his voice. Boy, he could sing. But to think he died in his 30s. that song. You know, while I was playing that song, I was thinking of some of the things that I ranted about a while ago. I need to straighten something out. I'm not against marriage. And if you find someone that you feel like is going to be your soulmate, that's fine. And I wish you the best in a happy marriage. The point I was trying to make on marriage life is much more harder than a single life. And I just always tell people, this is just my opinion. I don't think no man is marriageable material unless you've got enough money to support that other person. Because if your marriage is going to start off struggling, young people think they can live off love. They end up living with the parents, and that never works. They don't think about the electric bill, the utility bill, the rent, or the mortgage. They don't think about none of that. So don't put the cart before the horse is my advice. If you're not wealthy enough to take care of that mate that you want to take on for the rest of your life, I don't think you're marriageable material myself. And if you don't have the money to support that other person, because you're only inviting another person into your poverty. And it just never works. It never does. It makes one person's life miserable, and then they're going to make your life miserable. But I'm going to try to get off that. If I can help it, I might not never touch on that ever again. So let's just put it behind us and enjoy the music. Katie Webster. Now, the name of this song, part of the name of this song names a part of a woman's body, and I don't want to say the name of it. But Katie Webster, it's a blues song. If you listen towards the end, she's going to call herself a certain name, and that's the name of this song. It won't be hard to figure out. This reminds me of the old blues song. Listen to that piano. That sounds like Louisiana blues in the French Quarter. sometimes a song takes so much out of you to put into it, but afterwards it's a relaxing. It's such, even though you feel drained, it's like it's a soothing drain. You just feel so relaxed afterwards. Oh, music is so therapeutic to me. So therapeutic to me. Let me just look at the screen real quick. Okay, the piano seeker, UTRO it looks like, or Dave, sweet. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. I usually got the phone turned the other way. There's a reason why I turned it this way. Usually I can see right on the screen during the whole session, but it makes me look backwards. Oh my, let's see what's playing now. Oh, okay.
Something told me
I'd rather go blind.
it was over when I saw you. You taught me something deep down in my soul stayed quiet. When I saw you walk on by.
I better check to see if I'm still in tune. Let's see, it's coming on. Amy Winehouse. You know, while I was playing that song, I know y'all are probably wondering, how in the world does your mind work? Why do you think of such things while you're playing music? But every now and then, if I go to make a comment about somebody's video, I see something flash up on the screen that says, be careful to guard your privacy when making any type of comment. And that come to mind with me. Listen how bizarre this is. I lived in Tennessee, and I used to get on my computer every night, and I used to watch this guy come on the computer who taught you how to live out in the wilderness. He taught you what flowers were good and beneficial for medicine or whatever. and he called his channel, you can look it up after I say this, Sustenance and Covering. And he first comes on saying how to teach you how to make it through the apocalypse that's coming and how to enjoy doing so. That was his opening line. And then they would show his farm, and he would give you advice and walk you around his farm, and I'd watch him online. Well, okay, this was in Tennessee. Well, years later, I moved to another state. And I'm playing my, listen to this is bizarre. I'm playing my guitar, this is a true story. I'm on side the road by the sand beach, and I'm playing my guitar. And a guy pulls over, and look, when he gets out, he looks a little different than the guy in the video. And the guy in the video had hair maybe down to here. This guy kind of looked like one of them Jamaican guys that lets the hair mat together. He had locks way back down to his rear end. He looked so different, and he said, man, I heard you play, and I just wanted to come over here and check you out. And he said, look, let me give you my card. And when he gave me his card, it said Sustenance and Covering. I said, man, you're not going to believe this. I used to watch you night after night on YouTube. And you know, YouTube, like I said, whenever you make a comment, they warn you, guard your privacy. You see, they know things that you don't. They know that some people are putting comments down saying that they want to kill you, and sometimes they block those comments and you never get to see them. Well, listen to this. This is where I'm going with this story. So I made a big fuss over it. I said, man, I used to listen to you every night and everything. He gave me his card. Okay, now years have passed. And every now and then over the years, I'd go on his channel, Sustenance and Covering. You could look him up. And I'd see what his latest video was. Nights ago, I seen he's in the paper. They locked him up for murder. And here's what happened to him. He didn't guard his privacy online. And a guy from the Philippines came to New York City. This was the story in the newspaper. You can look it up online, Newsweek magazine, or Newsweek newspaper online. And they tell his name and everything. And he's a guy, because people all over around the world saw this guy and wanted to know, you know, how to make it in the wilderness if a storm ever comes, or if they lose everything and they got to go live in a tent or whatever, or if an apocalypse comes. I mean, he had some good information on his channel. Well, a guy who used to be in the Philippines saw him and came to visit his brother in New York City. Well, after he left New York City, he contacted this guy, Sustenance and Covering, that's on YouTube. And this guy made the fatal mistake. He never knew this guy from the Philippines. This guy just said, hey man, look, I'll look at your channel and everything. And so this guy invites him over, tells him where to come, what state to come to, and he'd meet him at the airport. Fly from New York to this state, I'll meet you at the airport. That's what the guy from Sustenance and Covering told him. All this came to mind while I was playing. And this just happened days ago. He lets the guy come over to his house, and the story he tells, the guy grabbed a hold to his wife and told his wife that he loved her. And so he went upstairs, got his gun, and came back down and shot the guy because the guy was holding on to his wife, and he felt threatened. He shot the guy, and now he's the one that's in jail. He's the one that's in prison. So that's just a lesson I'm sharing with all of you. I used to wonder, I got tired of seeing that come up there. I thought, well, I'm not going to tell everybody exactly where I live. I don't want everybody showing up, knocking on the door and all that. Nobody needs to know where I live. Why do you keep telling me that? Well, it's a good lesson that they should keep telling people who put videos up online. And to think that when I came from another state, this guy here saw me on the side of the road, gave me his card. He was a guy I used to listen to when I was in Tennessee. I used to pull him up on computer. And to think, just days ago, the same guy appears in the news because he left a guy from the Philippines that saw him online, come to his farm, and the guy, he said that the guy was possessed, and the guy wanted to come to him to have evil spirits cast out. Now this is, I know it sounds bizarre, but this is what was in the news. And he said when the guy grabbed hold to his wife, I guess he couldn't pry him loose or something. He goes and gets his gun and he shoots the guy. And so, and you know, that story, I don't know, the police didn't buy it or something, but it goes to show you, if you're a person that goes online a lot, and if you leave comments, that's going to get some people mad. Don't never tell anybody where you live. Don't never tell anybody your home address. I attended a meeting years ago about prison ministry, and one of the first things they said, don't never tell a prisoner your home address, because when they get out, some of them don't have no place to go, and they're going to show up at your door. And that's those type of things happen, and you don't know if they're really reformed, converted, or whatever. I mean, they might be worse off than when they were when they first went in. Yeah, it's best when you're online. Don't ever tell anybody your home address. Somebody come on there last couple of days ago and said, where can I come into your physical contact with you? And didn't even give a reason why they want to come in physical contact with me. And of course I didn't answer it, but if you ever see that come on your YouTube channel where that flashes up there that says guard your privacy, do so, because this guy, like I said, that had he had so many videos loaded up and a lot of good advice on it, showing you how to farm, grow stuff, how to raise chickens, whatever. If you're into farming, you like this channel. And to think he left somebody from the Philippines who visited his brother in New York. That guy contacted him, so he must have gave that guy online his home phone number or so. And he said, well, if you fly to such and such an airport, I'll pick you up. And he did. And he brought the guy to his house and had to end up shooting him. And now he's in prison, and he might be in prison the rest of his life, and might even end up on death row. So those of you who have a channel online, guard your privacy. Don't never tell anybody exactly where you live. If they want to find you bad enough, they'll find you. I used to have an app on my phone. I can't remember the name of it now, but anybody's name, if I had your name, I could go into that app and it'll tell me everything, what schools you went to, if you ever been in trouble with the law and all that. Our privacy nowadays is going out the door. Remember that song earlier that I played by Robin BB about the guy who fell asleep and he dreamed that his woman left him? Well, there's one other guy that sings a song like that. I think it's kind of funny in a way. His name is Cal David. It's called The Visit, and here it is. If you see me do this number, I've got fruit flies, and I've caught a bunch of them and killed a bunch of them, but there's still a remainder of a few here. I hope y'all are enjoying the music. Okay, I don't know why it's not playing yet. It's called The Visit by Cal David. And the story, once again, is about his girlfriend leaving him. I hope my PA system didn't go out. Now, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know why it's not playing. No, the volume's up. Come on, play. Well, let me see if it's connected. It shows that it's connected. Yeah, it's connected, it shows. Okay. Why isn't it coming on? Well, this happened nights ago, and what it came, the vibration of where it plugs into that great big speaker, it works loose. And sometimes you just cut it back on or off and it reboots or something. Let me go see what's the problem. Be right back. Gotta make sure the phone's still on. Okay, let's see if it's gonna play. That's it. Sometimes it just needs rebooting. You know what? I better put the fan behind it. It felt a little hot. It's a big speaker. It gets hot sometimes, so let me put the fan on behind it.
Well, I laid my head down easy when somebody knocked at my door. I don't know just what I expected, but it was more than I bargained for. Oh yeah, there stood the devil at the foot of my bed.
Devil stood at the foot of his bed while he's sleeping.
And I fell out.
It's a nightmare he's having.
Well, his skin was the color of fire. He had a voice like a lion. He said, "You'll never see your baby again, 'cause you go back home anymore." Lord have well, your telephone call saved. I was awakened by and it ain't the first time that you saved this
Pig's getting juicy. Get a new pig. Let's see which one's coming up next. something. Okay. This phone here that's playing the music is 99%, so I better plug in this one or it's gonna go out. Let me plug it in before it goes out without me messing up the screen here if I can. Let me get over here and make sure I didn't mess up the screen. Okay, let's see here. There we go. Uh-oh. Stabilize it. Okay. Watch everybody go get them a snack now. I just felt like a Reese Buttercup. Sometimes you need just a little bit of sugar in you, give you a little quick energy. Oh, I haven't played this in a long time.
But I fooling around. I ain't gonna take none of yours. But I put it down. I put a spell on you. Because you're mine.
Samantha Fish.
You're mine.
This one had 119 million views.
So are you doing it from?
Let me go ahead.
Are you doing it from?
I'm
in
waiting
here?
to get some songs I
Yeah,
didn't get
shall
to
I
play
just go ahead?
last night. Let me kind of go ahead while this one's playing. Charlotte Bonds.
Let me do that again. That going into. I see fire. Yeah. Blood in the breeze. Yeah, cool. Let me do it again. Blood in the breeze. One more time.
Here's one elevated to heaven. I'll play it in just a moment.
Oh, misty eye of the mountain below. Keep careful watch of my brother's soul. And should the sky fill with fire and keep watching
11 by Chris Bell.